So here we have the all-new 2024 Hyundai Elantra. This one comes in the limited trim level, an intense blue, and then we have light gray H-Tex interior, so that's that leatherette. Powertrain consists of a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that's mated to Hyundai's intelligent variable transmission. So it's not really all new, it's just pretty much a refresh. So as we come to the front end, this is the biggest thing we get here is this new front fascia, which I love. Finally have LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights here. The halogens are gone, at least on this limited trim level, and I love the design. Now these wheels, these are gonna be 17-inch alloy. Looks similar to the ones you see on the Tucsons. Just Hyundai's kind of weird wheel, which looks good actually. Passive keyless entry on the front. And then here we have our one-touch automatic up and down window for the driver's side, regular power windows on the other 3 doors, rear window lock there, power door lock, power mirror controls. We do have blind spot monitors in these mirrors, and then we do get a premium Bose sound system. Hood release. We get a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And here we have our power driver seat with 2-way power lumbar support. So I love the design of the actual seats. It just looks very fancy, and I love even the ridges here. So I like how they did that. But I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So we're gonna check out this legroom back here. And a big shout out to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this Elantra today. I'll leave a link below in the description. So phenomenal legroom back here for this kind of vehicle. They did a good job revamping the interior over the years. So again, that's my driving position, and I still can sit back here with no problem. And just how they have the roof made, curves up here so my head's not touching the headliner at all. Very impressed by that. 2 USB-C ports in the back. There's a view of the front from back here. And then our middle seat does fold down. Bottle holders are here. And we do have the window sticker right here, so we'll take a quick look at that. And you all can pause anywhere you need to get a closer look. But for the pretty much top of the line Elantra, we're only looking at $28,545 for our MSRP. So definitely not bad there. Let's go ahead and make our way to the back. Figured I've got something. So hood, or excuse me, gas cap, trunk. So just a quick look at that. And then as we come around to the trunk area, pretty good sized cargo space here, and we can pull this on either side to let down the seats in the back. I'm gonna move this out of the way, and it kind of shows you just how roomy this thing is. But we can look under here, see that spare tire there. Then I'll try and get a better look there. So there's the back end. Then underneath the vehicle, there's the exhaust there. Well, let's see if this released this back seat. So it did, and we can run longer objects from the back to the front here, and pretty easy to just snap the seat back into place. Top tether there, and then anchors back hidden there. But to the front passenger seat, just have a standard manual seat, but to be expected. And the glove compartment there is pretty heavy, so all of our owner's manuals and such are in there. But as we come back around to the front end, just gonna take a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 2-liter Smart Stream 4-cylinder. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So, leather wrap steering wheel here, feels great. There's a horn sound there. And to the radio, we get a 10.25-inch screen with navigation. So there's the map there, and then you can use the navigation menu to actually type in destinations, find points of interest, things of that nature. And for audio, we do get AM, FM, XM, so we can go through all of that there. And then Bluetooth audio, wired CarPlay, wired Android Auto compatibility. That's pretty much your 3 main pages in the menu. And then vehicle settings here, you have all that you can adjust. And then general settings here, you can go ahead and change date and time, language, or your units of measurement. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. We have that 360 view to the right as well, or bird's eye view, excuse me. Hazards are here, and then we have quick shortcuts here. Volume, we can click there to turn the audio source off. And then we can set up a custom button there. And then we do have dual zone automatic climate controls. We have 3 stages of auto, so if you want to set the fan speed to high, medium, or low, you can do that. And you can sync or unsync there, or just unsync by adjusting that temperature. And fan direction can be adjusted here. And then you can cut the whole system off there. 3-stage heated front seats, defrosters, and all that is down there. Now we have a 12-volt, a USB-A, and a USB-C charge port there with a wireless charging pad in here. And then for the shifter, just grab this lever behind. You can see that there. And there's drive. You can come over here and manually, well, set those sequential shifts. They're not actual shifts for the IVT, but the revs of the motor. And then neutral, reverse, park. Parking sensors can be toggled there. You can pull up the camera there with one touch. And then you also have the drive modes that you can toggle just by hitting that button there. We have normal, sport, smart. And then auto hold is right here. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage to the brake, press it again to disengage. And then bottle holders are here. Okay size center console with cubby space. This is a smaller vehicle, so I wasn't expecting anything else. But there's a view of the back seat. There's a sunroof. And then we can one touch slide that back. You can tilt too. Now, I am disappointed in this. I would have expected LED dome lights there, but easy replacement. Same thing with the vanity mirror light. But back to the steering wheel here. Blinkers can be toggled there. Then you get those curbside views that come up for your blind spots. And then we can toggle our auto mode and our low beams here. So when you're in the low beam mode, you can toggle the high beams there, turn them off there, and then flash there. Now in auto mode, you can actually just turn the auto high beams on that way and then turn them back off that way. And then your windshield wiper controls, one time off, intermittent low, high. We can adjust our intermittent here and then pull up here for the front wiper fluid. And then to the steering wheel itself, again, we can toggle our audio sources, voice recognition, volume up or down, mute, go through our track list or radio station presets, Bluetooth button there, a second custom button to go with the one here. So you can have 2 different settings for what that pulls up. And then we have the smart cruise here. We can turn that on, set the speed, click there to pause or resume, adjust the gap for that radar cruise, and then we can also toggle the lane centering there. And then this button is to go through the submenus of the gauge cluster, and then within each submenu you can scroll or hit OK or hold OK for different options there. The push button starts here. Then here's our key fob with remote start. And next, let's go ahead and take this 2024 Elantra Limited out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Elantra Limited, the 2-liter 4-cylinder, nothing like super special about it, but it does give you power somewhat when you need it. And most importantly, it's very fuel efficient. I think you can get up to 40 miles per gallon highway with the 2-liter paired with the IVT. So just a very efficient setup here. But overall, the vehicle itself is not loud, at least so far. Pretty quiet powertrain. And with the IVT, especially coming out of a corner, you kind of have that, I don't want to say instant torque, but it's easier to get up to speed as opposed to if this same powertrain had a 6-speed automatic. It just doesn't have to do as much. So it's not having to find a gear and then you're sitting there and idle while it's looking. But with the limited trim, I've driven the SEL. I don't even think I've done the SEL convenience yet. And the SEL is a tad cheaper than this, but I feel like for only 28, 29 grand, I want to have the heated seats. I want to have the dual zone automatic climate controls, the sunroof, the navigation even if I don't use it because I have CarPlay, Android Auto, it's nice to have that available to me. But I think the biggest thing for me is the H-Tech seats. They look much better than the cloth seats. They feel better, and they just give you more of a, I should say, a more luxurious feel when you're sitting behind the wheel of this car. As you can see, under normal driving conditions, this doesn't need to be pushed, but if you do, for whatever reason, want to push it to its limits, you're able to do so. So I'll give it some here. So that's not even redlining it, and still impressive, very impressive for a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. Gonna put it back into smart mode here, and then we're gonna see about testing out the cruise control with the lane centering. So you're not supposed to do this with this system, but you're pretty much able to. It's just not necessarily thinking for you. It's seeing the lines ahead, saying, okay, I can stay in between these two lines. I can keep my distance between the vehicle in front of me. So that's what it's meant to do. But a very impressive system, I think, for a car that's under $30,000. On top of everything else that you get with this particular trim. Love the blind spot mirrors, definitely. That's just nice to have. So you can also not only see if something's in your blind spot, but if someone's behind you, you get a nice crisp picture of what they're doing, just in case you need to know. But I think they did a tasteful refresh on this Elantra. I think it's still a very good vehicle for someone who's wanting to stay budget friendly. You still have a little bit of room for this to be a compact car, and then it still looks very, very nice. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Hyundai Elantra in the limited trim level.